The key with anger is to acknowledge that the anger is righteous, that the anger is justified, but to soothe the self whenever possible. To get to a place where you go on your own and you sit down and you say to yourself that the first question I like to ask myself is this: does this person love me? Or does this person even care about me? And if the answer to that question is no, then what are you doing? Right? It's like, if the answer to that question is no, then you're in the wrong relationship, friendship, whatever it might be. So it's like, you move on, problem solved. If the answer to that question is yes, you have to give the benefit of the doubt every single time, to the best of your ability, that that person didn't mean to hurt you. That's the key. The moment that you realize that, you can begin to separate from the personal feeling, the personal attack. Why would they do this to me? How could they do this to me? You know, how could they be so mean? How could they be so rude? How could they be so hurtful? The reality is that they have no idea, most likely, that they even did anything, number one. Number two, if they did do something and they're aware of it, they didn't mean for it to come out the way that it did. They probably didn't mean to hurt you the way that they did. And they might be dealing with their own shit and their own projections and their own complexes and their own traumas that are coming to the surface. Everybody is, at the end of the day. And what you ultimately have in a relationship is two people who have a series of, I hate to use the word triggers, but a series of patterns that when you bring these patterns together, it is a new energy that is created. Because these patterns, one person being sensitive about one thing and another person being sensitive about another, would not exist in another relationship. Like, there's a reason that your coworker doesn't piss you off. And forget the fact that you're not close enough to them for them to ever piss you off. You know, live with them and sleep with them or spend enough time with them. Like, that's the most important part. But the second aspect of it is that people react differently because of the patterns that we share. And so it just might be that the way your significant other looks at you in certain situations reminds you of the way your father looked at you when he was drinking alcohol. And that brings up a series of traumas and a series of triggers and a pain body, as Eckhart Tolle calls it, that does not leave until you process it.